Welcome everyone to our Truck Night in America, live here from Wilkes County, North Carolina for race 26 out of 20 on the season in the Cookout 400 here at North Wilkesboro. Folks, we are now officially 8 races into this 10-race chase here for the 2026 Gainbridge Truck Series chase. As now we go to North Wilkesboro for the final short track of this chase run. After this one, we have Phoenix and Homestead Miami left on the season. Phoenix, a little bit of a hybrid between the short track and speedway, but this is the last official short track. Only 0.6 miles here. Going to be run around here tonight at North Wilkesboro. But boy, oh boy, folks, this chase battle is heating up. We now have 6 trucks with a realistic shot at winning the championship. Only 2 guys are mathematically eliminated, that being Carson Miller and Kyler Sustry, but everybody else besides Ronnie Hauger, Ricky LaFleur, Caleb Rose, Matthew Hubert, Aaron Abel, Avery Alford, and Angel Gutierrez, everybody else does not really have, not even Angel Gutierrez, everybody else besides those guys don't have a realistic shot at the championship. So now it is really tightening up. Ronnie Hauger's won 4 of the 5 or 6 short tracks so far this season, and now he's won both short tracks in the playoffs so far. Not starting too well here tonight, down in 13th, but man, folks, this one is tightening up every single week. Hauger struggled last week, and now everybody at a biting distance. Well, not everybody, but most guys at a biting distance of this number 83 truck. And coming to North Wilkesboro, we saw lots of contact last week. This time we're short track racing, where you're going to be on somebody's bumper all night. And that's going to make this one a very interesting one. Do we see Temporary Slayer? Do we see guys go at each other? Is going to be the big question. We likely will. And it's going to be very interesting. You don't want to get too tangled up with the chase driver, or if you're 2 chase drivers, you don't want to hurt each other's nights. Like I said, this 83 of Ronnie Hauger wins. It's going to really blow it out of proportion for everybody else. Only going to be about, probably, if Aaron Abel finishes good, probably just going to be Aaron Abel, Ronnie Hauger, and Ricky LaFleur for the championship. So every week from now, well, this race and next race, not even every week, we are in the final 3 races of the season at this point, which is crazy to say, but every week now, every point matters. So there's going to be a lot of guys here tonight racing very hard to get as much points possible to set themselves going up into Homestead Miami, which we'll touch on that a little bit more later on in this broadcast. But as we take a look at your track facts here tonight, folks, 100 laps around this circuit here at North Wilkesboro here and the North Carolina mountains. You can see the backdrop there, a packed out crowd here as well, but it's only 76 degrees here, so not too hot, not too cold, a little bit humid. There was some rain earlier this week, but this track is going to be nice and cool for these drivers here tonight. Lots of grip going to be put down, and it's going to be a very interesting pit window. Around lap 30, we'll probably see the regular window start, but guys might try undercuts at lap 28, 29, maybe try overcuts around lap 31, 32. Pit strategy is going to probably be all over the place in this one. If we have early caution, it's going to even be more all over the place. Not too sure how everything's going to line up. I think if everybody doesn't use up their stuff too much, after that first pit stop, they might be able to stretch it to around lap 70 and make them good to the end, pitting on lap 70, because they pit on lap 60. That's going to make things tight going to the end with only a 30 lap fuel run, and likely to see pit stops around lap 90 if that does happen. But this is one of those old school tracks where where anything can really happen. Rogal Dorn on pole, he's been very good at old school tracks. He won at the old school Atlanta earlier in the season, got his first career one. Was a chase driver last season, but isn't this year. But Dorn looking to play spoiler, be the first non-chase winner of the chase so far, and he's got a good shot at it. 99 Dorn's been very fast, as well as this NS Racing team as a whole. So Dorn has a chance at really doing well here tonight, and his team owner, Nathan Stapleton, won this race last season to get his first career Gainbridge Truck Series victory. Although Stapleton isn't a driver anymore, definitely passed down some knowledge to his drivers, so this is going to be a very interesting race here tonight. Tight fuel window, a repaved North Wilkesboro, different from what we ran last season. We'll see if the chaos keeps up, but it's going to be a very fun one. 100 laps going to go by pretty quickly. This is a very, very short track, about 0.6 miles, as you can see there. So it's going to be one of the shorter ones, but pit road's pretty simple, although a very dangerous exit and entry, so that's going to be something to watch out for as this race goes on. That's the one thing that could potentially bring out cautions, besides guys running 3 wide and whatnot in this race. But with no further ado, folks, we still have a lot to talk about, but let's head down trackside and take a look at your chase standings coming into this race. All right, as I welcome you guys trackside here at North Wilkesboro, let's take a look at your chase standings coming tonight so we can talk a little bit more about what can happen in this race. But as you can see right there, Ronnie Hauger after last week's little struggling performance, and Ricky LaFleur finishing second after passing Avery Alford on the last lap. He is only 8 points ahead of his teammate, Ricky LaFleur. So Hauger now in an interesting situation here coming into this race. If he wins this race, he's going to blow a lot of guys out of this chase battle. But if he has a struggling night starting all the way back there in 14th, I think, in this race, it's going to be rough for this 83 team, and it's going to be hard for them to rebound, but he's been the best driver at short track so far this season, so I'm not quite counting out this number 83 team just yet, but there is a tall task to drive forward in this one, and you can see right behind him, like I mentioned before, Hubert, Aaron Abel, Avery Alford, and Caleb Rose are the only really guys that are really in this battle. Gutierrez and Wood are both huge long shots. In order to get this championship, Joseph Wood and Angel Gutierrez both need to win this race, the next race, get maximum points on both, and then they have to most likely win Miami or finish top 10 in that one. That's a lot to ask for. I'm not counting out Gutierrez or Wood, both starting pretty well here tonight. Well, Gutierrez is starting pretty well. I'm not sure off the top of my head where Wood is starting, but I don't think it's too well. So it's going to be a long night for that number 38 team, but there is 100 laps, but they're going to go by very quickly. But Aaron Abel right behind him. Aaron Abel back-to-back wins, got himself right in the thick of it once again after a very slow start to the chase, starting on the second row here tonight. Going to be right on the back of that number 99. Was very good at Richmond earlier as well, earlier in this chase, as well as the 82 Ricky LaFleur. So those are going to be some ones to watch out for in this race because both have been very good at short tracks in this chase so far. Then you got Matthew Hubert, Caleb Rose, and Avery Alford. All these guys are just under a race. They need to finish the best they can these next two couple of races, top 10s at least, because with how Hauger's been, with how LaFleur's been, with how Abel's been, they need perfect nights. They need wins, honestly. A win would propel any of them up to the front, and they can't afford to have Hauger win, LaFleur win, or anybody not named them win, because a non-chase winner would not help them at all unless Hauger and LaFleur both have immense issues. And if Hauger or LaFleur win, not going to help them out that much. And if anybody besides, if like for example, Gutierrez or Woodwind, not going to help them too much. And Rowe, Nolan, Miller, Sustai winning would just not be preferable at all. They one of them needs to win. That's basically the thing to keep this alive for them. And Rose, he's been very good so far this season. 0 wins, which is one outstanding thing. He dropped all the way down from 3rd, where he stood last week. So he's dropped down just a little bit. Rose been so consistent so far this season. He's got one of the best average finishes in the series. But man, oh man, he needs to get a win soon, because I don't know if Rose could do it without a win. It's a lot to ask for, but I think this 98 team has it, and his teammates are on pole. But you got guys like Matthew Hubert, Avery Alford, both very aggressive drivers. Alford starting on the inside row right behind Peter Onjak and Aaron Abel. So he's going to be fighting hard this one. Hubert on the outside. Going to be very interesting. That outside line, not the greatest place to be on these restarts. You want to get down low as possible to start this race off, as it's a little bit of a one-lane track, unlike real life. But there's still opportunities to make passes on the outside if the truck difference is big enough. But, it's going to be really tough, though. So, we're going to see how it plays out for everybody here tonight. But those guys right there, they need perfect nights, and it's a must win, honestly, at this point. Well, they should think it's must win. It's not entirely must win, but they need to have that in their mind, because it's going to be tough here tonight. And there's a lot of dynamics that can go into it. This is a great 6-truck battle right now, but this can easily fall right into a 3-truck battle. So you got to avoid mistakes. Got to have a clean race, which is easier said than done for some guys. So we'll see how it plays out ultimately. But that is your chase standings coming into tonight. Like I mentioned before, Miller and Seashire are both now officially eliminated, with Rogal Dorn winning pole here today. So they're out of it. Miller's just been having bad luck, mechanical issues. You got to hope that doesn't plague his teammates. But I just realized we have 3 Vision Motorsports trucks all starting on the outside line, so that'll be interesting for them. But this is a packed field. 41 trucks. Todd Gordon Castle not making his return here tonight. Lap traffic likely going to end up around when we see that first pit window, which will shake everything up. This can easily be a chaotic race, or this can easily be a calm race where we see some passing and just guys sourcing issue. Who knows? Most of us hoping for a little bit of a calmer side, as we've seen. We've seen Dover be chaotic and then Richmond not be chaotic at all. Probably a mix between those two. See some good passes, whatnot. We'll see how it plays out ultimately. But this is going to be a fun one here from North Wilkesboro. Old school short track racing. This is one of the tracks where you can kick somebody, you can kick the whole field's butt if you have a fast enough truck, and you just got to respect it. So we're going to see how it all plays out, folks. But thank you all. Well, not thank you all. Let's get these trucks fired up and ready to go. I don't know why I said thank you all there. We got a long night ahead. Well, semi-long. We'll see how long this one takes. It could very much be very long, or it could go by very quickly, depending on how long the green flag run is. But it is 100 laps here tonight, so a little bit easier on these guys. But you got to put yourself in a good position for Phoenix and Miami, because Phoenix was I think Phoenix is going to be really good this year. We saw last year Lauderback and Onjak. That was a great battle, and I think with even better drivers we got this season, I think it's going to be a very, very fun race at Phoenix next week. But you can't focus on next week. You got to focus on now. So with no further ado, folks, let's get these trucks fired off and rolling. We'll take a look at your starting top 10 in this race, and then get the green flag going, because it's going to be a very short pace lap. But I think these truckers are ready to go for some more Friday Night Truck Series action. Finally back under the lights. Road America, we had a 6 p.m. start last week, so we're finally back on the lights here at 8 p.m. So I'm glad you all tuned in. Let's get these trucks fired off and rolling.
Drivers, start your engines!
All right, folks, the engines are fired and ready to go here from North Wilkesboro. Let's take a look at your starting top 10 in this race. Row number 1 is the 899 Rogal Dorn, and the 82 Ricky LaFleur. Row number 2 is the back-to-back winner Aaron Abel, and the regular season champion Angel Gutierrez. Row number 3 is the season 1 champion Peter Onjak, and the 7 of Alexander Rowe. Row number 4 is the 42 Larry Alfred, and the 23 of Carson Miller. And running at your top 10 is the 37 Matthias Bento and the 27 of Matthew Hubert. Here we go, folks, for the final short track race of this 2026 season. It's going to be Rogal Dorn leading us to green here. The 82 Ricky LaFleur on his outside. All points matter here tonight at North Wilkesboro, but for the final time in 2026, we are short track racing here in our Truck Night in America. So as they make their way through here after lap number 1, it's going to be the 99 of Rogal Dorn leading. And second is going to be that 41 of Aaron Abel. And Ricky LaFleur right behind him as well. LaFleur's going to have some possible contact with Onjak here. Onjak on his inside for third. Now, and here comes Gutierrez moving his way through. You do not want to be stuck on that outside line, which we're seeing early in this one. The outside line is just a tough place to be at these restarts. Meanwhile, Aaron Abel right on the back of that 99. But if you're Hubert, Miller and Rose, you want to get to that inside fast as you can, but Miller's going to take that opportunity. Meanwhile, Ronnie Hauger in between this 3 wide right here for a second. Hauger is going to get to the bottom, though, so he gets to the bottom early, which is good for that number 83 team, because they have a lot of ways to go in this race if they want to get the max amount of points possible and be very good heading into Phoenix and the final race at Miami. But now Dorn is still leading here at North Wilkesboro. He's got Aaron Abel right behind him, but Dorn is very good at these old school type of tracks, so we're likely going to see him really be able to pull this lead out just a little bit possibly here. But Aaron Abel has been very fast the past 2 weeks. Like we said, the back-to-back race winner, so he's really been on a roll, and he's trying to keep that up. And, he was really fast at Richmond as well. Was right on the back of Ronnie Hauger for most of that race, so this isn't a, unfamiliar sight, so he can be very good at a short track, and he's going to get a great run here potentially on that number 99. So you see him really be able to arc it there, but 41 of Aaron Abel going to be the one to watch all night, trying to make it 3 in a row, which would be a pretty impressive feat here. But right now everybody's single filing out just a little bit, but there goes that number 41 to the inside. This 99 for a second. Meanwhile, 3 wide at the back end of the field. For a second, Todd Gordon Carlson at the top of it now. Patrick Raven, Brandon Haynes all the way back here. Joseph Wood trying to drive his way through. Carson Miller still sucking it outside now. Hubert's got, 3 wide with Hubert and Hauger here, and Sarah Taylor and Aaron Abel and Rogal Dorn are battling for the lead. Now Aaron Abel on the inside of Rogal Dorn, looking to get that lead here on lap number 8. You see on the top left hand of your screen, that is the QR code to vote for the most popular driver. Last year, this 99 overall Rogal Dorn did win it. So we'll see if he can go back to back, but this vote will close at Miami, after Miami, but it will be open till then. So vote the most popular driver. You know, get your opinion out there. We're going to be doing lots of voting for awards this season, and we're going to have finalists, and we'll reveal the winners at the awards show that we actually will be hosting this year. But now there goes Gutierrez to the inside for third here on the 99 of Dorn. Dorn started off really well now, but fading off just a little bit. That 99's got to lock in just a little bit. And he's got that 82 right behind. There goes Rowe, forcing issue on Alfred, it looked like, for a second. But now Aaron Abel got a Ricky LaFleur trying to look there. But now Gutierrez is going to move into third. Gutierrez finished really well at Road America last weekend. I think he finished 4th or 5th in that one. Was able to drive his way through just a little bit. So he did pretty good for how Chaosville that race was. Well, honestly, not even Chaosville. That race was just phenomenal. Phenomenal road course racing. Some of the best, honestly, the best road course race we've ever seen. Fortunately for Rowe, he had a fuel leak in that one, so was not able to continue. But, you know, he was on a pretty solid run, but it was very early on in the race that he lost it. But we're going to see how this run goes on. Only 13 laps in now into this race. But, you know, it's going to be a very interesting fuel strategy. We're expecting around lap 32, but anything can happen. But we got guys like Rose and all them trying to drive their way through. Joseph Wood as well was made up quite a few spots actually here. Well, actually, no, he's lost a couple spots. But Miller finally got to the inside. And now you see Rose, Matthew Hubert, and Ronnie Hauger all in the line here, trying to get past all these guys here, break into that top 10 here. Hauger will break into the top 10 to the inside of those two McLaren Phantom trucks of Jasmine Daniel and Carl Young. So now they are going to move into the top 10 here. All three of them likely try to drive their way through. Actually, the 33 is going to cut in front of the 98 of Caleb Rose. That's a smart move there. Rose needs all the points he can get. Still has yet to get a win on in this season, but he's been very, very good. And that's been the kind of the highlight of his chase run so far. No wins, only about 5 top 5s on the year, but he has just been so good. Contact with Rowe and Rogal Dorn there for a second. The two red, white, and blue trucks, but they're going to keep it going here. Oh, and Dorn's going to go a little bit wide. There's some pressure from the 7, so our pole sitter going to drop all the way down to 7th here. And he's got to get a better run going, but I don't count out this 99 just yet. But because we know, like I said, he's very good at these old school type of tracks. He dominated Atlanta earlier this season and got the win, but now he's got to lock in. Meanwhile, Ricky LaFleur right on the back of the 43 of Angel Gutierrez. LaFleur currently sits 2nd in the chase standings right behind his teammate Ronnie Hauger, who just got by that number 37. So likely going to see these guys start to drive through here. The 98 as well if we get past David Dixon. David Dixon's been very good at short tracks. Even Sarah Taylor, I think they led the most laps in this race last season. Sarah Taylor running very well as well. So now there goes Rose, going to try to get 11th now. But the 43 of Gutierrez still has this number 82 right behind him. And as we see them break away, it's not over just yet because we still have lots of lap traffic to go. And lap traffic can really be easy or it can be really hard. Looks like Lexi Herman will be the first lap traffic, but we likely won't reach them until around lap, I guess I would say probably 25 or 30 here. Aaron Abel is pushing the pace a little bit. Usually it's around lap 30 we've seen, but there goes LaFleur to the inside of that number 43 Gutierrez. But, you know, Abel is pushing the pace a little bit, which makes me a little interested in how early this pit cycle might occur, because Aaron Abel is really getting everybody to go as fast as they can right now. So now the 82 is going to set his sights on the 03 of Peter Onjak now, who's currently running 2nd, and he's going to close in a lot of time. Onjak not running too well right now, losing a bunch of time in the corners here, but still running really well in this race. But now, do you see these guys are all going to start closing in here pretty soon? Rose still stuck on that 33 of Young, but Young's been on a roll these past couple weeks, so he's still a pretty fast truck. But you know, Rose is pretty much faster than this 33. So I mean, you might be holding them up just a little bit, but yeah, Abel's going to close in on Herman around lap 25, let's say. Meanwhile, the 82 is going to close right in on the back of this 03. This 82 of Ricky LaFleur going very, very fast. Can Onjak get the run off the corner, though? That 82 might get a look, though, going into turns 3 and 4 if Onjak doesn't cover him off. No, they won't. So now Onjak can be stuck on that outside with Ricky LaFleur on his inside here. And it's not what Aaron Abel likes to see. This 82 is flying right now. So he's really kicking it into gear here. But if you're Onjak, you might just want to concede this and get to the inside, because soon enough that Gutierrez will be behind you, that 43 and that 42 as well. And you just want to get to the inside and just not let them get to the inside of you and just fall back even more, which you've seen at the start where guys really struggle there. So Onjak's going to drop down to third here after passing the 43 Gutierrez for second eventually. But now Aaron Abel going to grow that to a 2-second gap, but with all this lap traffic ahead, this gap can quickly dwindle away. So it looks like it will be around lap number 30 here, potentially, even maybe sooner, that we will see the lap traffic come in. But here we go. We're going to see this 83 and 27 close up as well. David Dixon and 12th here are going to be helping out just a little bit. But yeah, this is getting very close. If you're Miller, Wood back here, Wood's just continuously losing spots, I think. I don't even see him anymore. I don't know where Wood is actually. But, oh, fuel system damage for the 43 of Gutierrez. Don't know if he's going to have to bring that truck down soon. It doesn't look like it's too much damage, but we might see an early stop from this 43 team. All right, now it looks like he's going to be fine. Well, actually, that is not true. That is not. That was actually before I refreshed this, so nobody had mechanical issues to start the race. So he's actually fine here. But Aaron Abel now, with this gap, it's closing down just a little bit. We're going to see the lap traffic come into play here soon, and it's going to be how these guys can navigate. Can the 82 navigate it well? Can the 03? Can the 43? Can the 42? Can the 7? Can the 99? Everybody in this top 10 is going to need to be able to navigate it well to get through this race, but we're closing in on that pit window, and pit window lap traffic, it's going to make it a very tricky situation, so we're going to see how it plays out. You don't want to get trapped a lap down if a caution does come out. So now here on lap 30, it looks like Aaron Abel kind of slowed the pace a little bit, but now you're going to see him close up on this 01 of Herman. How much will Herman hold him up, and will this 82 and the rest of them be able to keep up potentially? Aaron Abel might get a look here if the 01 doesn't cover him off. 01 of Herman. Oh, Abel going to give a little bit of bumper to Herman there. That's what you got to do here with the lap traffic. But that truck is just a complete anchor here because it has not been upgraded once all season. So switched equipments with the 11 earlier this season. So Monica Pato got what the 01 truck was originally running, and ever since then it's been bad looks for this 01 team. But now here we go. Max Davis, will they prove to be an issue? You got the 64 and 62 battling up ahead, so it's a bunch of lap traffic that you usually don't want to see ahead of you at this type of track. And yeah, here we go. This is going to be interesting. And you don't count out that 01 holding up that 82 as well, but you see that 30 of William Ayers on pit road now. Not sure if he has an issue. Nope, he's going to bring it down just early here a little bit. So now with Herman a lap down, let's see how much Aaron Abel's held up here. Does anybody make an early lunge here down the pit road, go for the undercut? No, not quite. So Abel going to get through another truck here. The gap is going down just a little bit, but if you're this 82 LaFleur, you got to get past. Yep, that's what you got to do. If you're Onjak here, you're going to want to follow right through if you can. Yep, that's exactly what you got to do for Peter Onjak. When it comes to lap trucks like the 01 and all that, you got to follow the rest through. So now trying to get to the inside of the 62 is the 21 of Aaron Abel. And Peter Onjak actually is going to come down to pit road here, I believe. Yes, he will. So Peter Onjak going to be going for the undercut on this number 41 of Aaron Abel. So both Onjado trucks come down pretty early here. That 41 going to stay out another lap. Anybody else going to come out and come down? Doesn't quite look. Oh, here comes the 99, the 83, the 27. They're all going to bring it down here. So that 41 going for the overcut once again. We'll see how it plays out. A very treacherous pit entry and exit. You want to get out quick and as quick as you can. And we'll see how it all plays out here. But Aaron Abel going to run it extra long here. And he's actually going to come in now. So he's going to have two trucks separating them, but they're all going to come in now. So we'll see where Onjak comes out here, because he's going to be the one guy to watch here with that undercut. He might be able to pull it off potentially. Oh, it's Gales into the wall here. Not sure what he's doing. But as you see the treacherous pit entry and exit, see, that's going to be an issue all night. It's going to be very treacherous to watch out for, and we'll see how it plays out. But now I have to watch this 99 and the 38. Is Jasmine Daniel running a little extra long potentially here? I think Daniel might be running along too. No, still going to be Wood, so we have to watch out for that 38 of Wood. So, did Onjak jump these guys? Yes, he did. He jumped at 99, the 27. Onjak's going to jump to 43 as well. Aaron Abel, Onjak with the undercut, going to be right behind our race leader, Aaron Abel. So Peter Onjak going to be right on the back of this 41 here. So the undercut does work. So we'll see how much time Onjak's able to gain now on this number 41 here with the lap traffic ahead. So look at this. It's going to be a very treacherous pit entry, and we'll see how they all do here, but they have played it nice so far. But now Onjak is stuck on the outside of the 92, but he's going to have to stick right behind this 41 of Abel in this one. Meanwhile, there's a bunch of trucks behind, a bunch of lap traffic behind them, so they're going to be pretty much fine here. It's going to be between these two here for this next green flag cycle before we hit pit stops once again around lap number 70 with 30 to go. Which these are two of the most successful drivers in the series history. Aaron Abel, by all means, even though this chase run has started off slow, he's technically the best driver in the series currently, stats-wise. He did beat out Peter Onjak's pole record, which was 6. I think Aaron Abel now has 8 on the season. So, you know, these two are some of the best going to be going at it here for some short track action. But now Aaron Abel being stuck behind this lap traffic, does that allow Onjak to potentially get to the inside here and look for a move? So Onjak gonna follow this 41 through to the inside of Chris Martins here. The 41 gonna push the 55 of Benson Pragio out the way as well. And now, Ricky LaFleur lost a couple spots on pit road. He's going to have that 42 in front of him, right behind the 62 of Luke Evans, which they're going to lose quite a bit of time now. But these two right now, right neck in, I mean, nose to tail, I guess you call it. I think that's what you call it, on each other here. And now here comes that 03's teammate, the 30 of William Ayers. Does William Ayers block off this number 30 here and allow his teammate to get to the inside potentially? So we'll see if the 30's going to do it. Yes, he will. So William Ayers trying to cover off that 41 of Aaron Abel and help out his teammate Peter Onjak here. Not going to last for too long. Onjak is running a little bit more wider. It doesn't seem like he has too much control of that truck right now. So this is good for Aaron Abel if he wants to make up some time here and get past this lap traffic. But now he's got these two battling side by side for a second ahead. So Onjak's going to let the 75 get in front of him. This is not what he needs here. He's got to get past that 75 of Benny Watson, but he kind of just concedes to the, he's just running behind the 75 Benny Watson. Not what you need to do when you're stuck in lap traffic here. So meanwhile, back here, Angel Gutierrez does get past the 80 of Nick Mahold. He's got the 82 of Ricky LaFleur right behind him, but now this is not what Onjak needs. He's in a tough spot here as he's got the 60 and 75 battling ahead of him, and this is going to allow Aaron Abel to drive away now. So Aaron Abel now going to put a bunch of trucks in between him and this 03. That's the one mistake you can't make. You can't let the lap traffic get in front of you, and he does it here. So Aaron Abel now going to try to grow that gap out a little bit. The 03 still right in the back of the 75. I mean, it's a thing we mentioned pre-race. You just can't ride the back of lap traffic here. That's not how you win a race here. And you know, we've seen guys do it at short tracks so many times this season. Alexander Road did it a lot. I think it was. I already forgot the race, but yeah, you can't ride the back. You got to force the issue, but now he's not going to do that. But Aaron Abel being held up by the 52 of York Watson, but he's looking for the move. That's what you got to do. But it doesn't seem like the 03 has the pace right now to get past the 75 somehow. So he's going to drop about a second here now, and still stuck behind the 75 of Watson, and there's nowhere for him to go. So this is not what Onjak or any of the rest of the field needs, because Aaron Abel now is just going to drive away. There goes Onjak, trying to force it now, but yeah, this is just a very slow truck, and now the 75 finally gets out the way. So there's still two trucks, so he luckily lucks out just a little bit, that 43 and 82 have not made up any time either. So this is a tough spot here for everybody else, because only it looks like Peter Onjak might be the one contending with this 41 of Aaron Abel here potentially. But now Onjak's going to be about 2 seconds behind in this one. Now has to try to get past the 6 of Raven, which he's a pretty fast truck, so that's going to be a little bit tough for this 03 potentially here. But Aaron Abel Now behind the 5 of Tanner Calvert, trying to put more trucks in between him and this 03. And it looks like he will. Yep, Calvert going to get out the way here, which is the one thing that I don't quite understand with 50, as we come to the halfway point of this race. For some reason, lap traffic gets out of the way for everybody besides for the leader, but everybody else, they just do not get out the way. So I don't know what it is, but now Onjak going to get to the inside of the 6 of Raven here. So he's making moves as well as the 41, but the 41's now going to have that 17 of Sustray right in front of him. Ricky LaFleur got past Gutierrez for 3rd now, so they're still stuck behind this 32 and 55 though, unless LaFleur pushes the 32 out the way, which he's going to get some air and pack some air to the back. There he goes to the inside. Don't look now, but here comes Ronnie Hauger as well, going to make his way through this race. For Onjak here, once he gets past Sustray, he has some clean air before that 79, so he's got to get to the back of this 52 of York Watson here and make up some time, because Aaron Abel right now has a good opportunity here if Sustray moves out the way potentially here soon. So now that 41 right on the back of the 17. Still stuck there, so this is what that 03 and everybody else needs, but now Aaron Abel going to look for the move here and likely get it if Sustray doesn't. Nope, Sustray tries to get right back in front of him, but it's not going to work out too well there. So now back behind, have they got past? They did get past the 32. Well, actually got past quite a few trucks. The 82 got past the 32, so now the 82 is going to be cruising up ahead to this 40 and 60 here. So that is what they need here if you're that 82. So now Onjak's going to get back to the back of the 52, but I'm not sure if he's going to have the pace. He's running a really middle line here, and he's not really gaining too much time here. I think he's got to go a little bit lower here, because, I mean, we'll see what line this 82 he's going to be trying to pass this 40, which he is going to do it. So Ricky LaFleur is flying right now, and Onjak's going to have to get a move on, because 82 is going to look to take second once again, and there he goes, trying to get to the inside, but just going to break out. Yeah, he's just breaking every time. I mean, if you push him out the way, you push him out the way. But, you know, some guys just don't want to risk the caution at this moment, which some will send it, some won't. Like, Gutierrez is going to send it to the inside, but now the 83 of Ronnie Hauger could be on the inside of Proscio. It's just, it depends on the driver, honestly, because some guys will really force the issue and make the move, but others guys will not be able to. They close in on the back, slow up, and then go wide, which we've seen that 03 do a couple of times here tonight. So we got about 10 laps into the next fuel window, but if you're Onjak, you can go for the undercut again, but you do not want to risk being behind all this lap traffic here, which he's gonna, yeah, it's nowhere to go with that 52 and 17 ahead of him. So this gap's gonna increase quite a bit. We'll see how much David Spears holds up our leader, but right now Aaron Abel is flying in this one, trying to go 3 in a row, which might be the longest race win streak we've ever seen in this series. And yeah, Onjak's lost all control of that truck. I'm not quite sure what's going on with them. So now Aaron Abel stuck behind the 79, but it doesn't look like it's going to be for too long here, as that gap is going to go up to about 3 seconds here, because that 03 is just, I think he's burnt up his tires trying to get past all this lap traffic, because Ricky LaFleur was on the outside of somebody for a second. So yeah, that 03 is struggling right now, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get back to that 41 of Aaron Abel, who's just going to kind of set sail now until the next pit window, which could shake things up potentially, but we don't really know right now. So LaFleur's trying to get past this 92 and 75, who were both very hard to pass for the 03, which is going to get the 92 of Osborne out the way, but that 75 of Watts is going to be a little bit tough. So now Aaron Abel has a bunch of clean air ahead until he gets to that 96, but I'm not sure if he just had, not sure if Onjak has a truck to get past anybody right now, as Ricky LaFleur is just closing in every single lap. So this 03 might drop to 3rd here pretty soon if he doesn't get the move on. And Aaron Abel now on the back of this 96 of Gale here. There's still lots of lap traffic ahead, but right now, I mean, regardless if he's held up, that 03's not gone anywhere in the past couple laps, so he's going to have this 82 LaFleur clawing to get at him pretty soon. You know, 3, I don't know. He just closes up super hard, and then he's got nowhere to go because he just doesn't want to make the move on the guys. Because then he's going to go super wide here. It's just not working right now for Onjek. But luckily for him, we are closing on the next fuel, and he'll have fresh tires. But he's likely to have to go for the undercut once again. But, you know, that's just, I don't know if he's gotten, I just think he's lost too much time for it to actually work this time. Yeah, that 52 York Watson is just parking the bus on this 03 right now. He's trying to go, but it's just, it's not working. Finally, there we go. Onjak's finally going to make his way around, but he's probably lost about 2 seconds from the last time they were together, and he's going to get loose here. So yeah, that truck's pitted a little bit earlier than everybody, and right now we're seeing the tire fall off there for the 03. He's got about 3 more trucks. 4 trucks to get passed by. Get by now. And he's got the Ricky LaFleur right behind him. And this 01 is parking the bus on the 41 now, which we've seen a lot so far this season. The 01 of Herman, the hardest lap traffic to pass in the field. They make it difficult on you. And we saw the 17 Susha be difficult for Aaron Abel, so they might be difficult for the 03 as well. So William Ayers is coming down, so we are in the next pit window here. So Onjek likely going to be pitting here soon if he wants to go for the undercut again, which I think would be wise to try because he's just not getting enough time right now. And he's going to be to the inside of the 17 of Sustra here. And he's not going to bring it down this time, but I think he's going to have to bring it down here soon if he wants to gain some time on this number 41. He's got to go for the undercut or something here. So LaFleur, I think, went for the undercut. I think he was on pit road, actually, so he's going to do what the... Nope, he did not go for the undercut. I'm not sure where... Oh, yeah, LaFleur's still... Oh, there he is. He got past those guys here, so now he's going to close up on Onjek, so going to run a little longer here. I think the 30 pitted a few laps early, so we might see Onjek come down this time. Oh, caution's out, actually. Oh, and it's the 30 of Joseph Wood. So caution out here at North Wilkesboro, and it's the 38 of Joseph Wood, and that's going to be a huge break for everybody. But Aaron Abel's going to be able to make his way down the pit road now before everybody else. Oh, no. Aaron Abel makes his way down. I think he made contact with Joseph Wood, actually. I think the race leader made contact with Joseph Wood, so that's going to put Peter Onjek in the lead now, as Monica Pato is now having issues. So Onjek's going to have the lead. It's going to be LaFleur, Gutierrez, but I think Aaron Abel made contact with the 38 of Joseph Wood. He had damage on the side of that truck, and that is not good for a race leader, Aaron Abel, especially when it comes to this chase battle. Matthew Hubert was just making his pit stop, so it's going to be a tough situation. Meanwhile, Burnett's put the brakes on everybody. Not sure what he's doing there. But yeah, so these guys, this is going to be a tough spot here. So we'll see everybody make their pit stops here. Likely will be Onjek getting the lead off the road, but I think Aaron Abel made contact with Joseph Wood. So Onjek will come out with the lead. We'll see who's going to come out in second. It's going to be the 82 of LaFleur. Gutierrez in third. Fourth could be Alfred, fifth. Sixth here. So everybody else comes out, but Aaron Abel, I am not sure what happened to him. So folks, let's go take a look at what brought out the first caution of the night here at North Wilkesboro. So we're going to see right here on the replay, folks, as we come in here, Joseph Wood stopped on track, and he comes up into Aaron Abel. Oh, no. Aaron Abel is not going to be happy with that 38, and you might have to keep those two away from each other at the end of this one because Aaron Abel's out of this race now. What is Joseph Wood doing there? He goes right into Aaron Abel, and that's bad for Aaron Abel with Ronnie Halger and Ricky LaFleur starting right behind him, and you don't need a non-chase winner right now, which might be the 03 Peter Onjek if he has the pace. So let's take another look, but that is not what you need if you're Aaron Abel. So here's another look, folks, and it's just Joseph Wood. I think he had an issue or something, likely a tire or something going out. You got to just pull to the end. You got to pull down as far as you can, and he just... Does somebody make contact with him? I don't know. Yeah, he just goes up track and just right into Aaron Abel. Aaron Abel is not going to be happy with this 38 to Joseph Wood, already listening to his radio, and those two might get involved at the end of this race because, I mean, Aaron Abel's out of this one. This is huge for the chase right now. Aaron Abel would have made it a really close battle between everybody, but now there's at the risk of the 83 or 82 winning this race. So Joseph Wood, not a smart move, and there's likely going to be some words exchanged after this one. So we're back live here at North Wilkesboro. You can see it's going to be Peter Onjak leading, and it's going to be a couple guys going to have to get waved around here, but Peter Onjak leading is going to have a few guys behind. They're going to have a good amount of guys behind them, but we're going to get everybody waved around here and get to the back to the start, folks. All right, folks, so we are back live here at North Wilkesboro for this upcoming restart. This will be the 03 of Peter Onjak leading us to green. Going to have the 82 on his outside, the 43 and the 42 right behind him. Aaron Abel, of course, involved in the previous caution. If you're just now joining us, Joseph Wood goes up into track. His engine goes out or something. He goes up into our leader. So now Onjak leads. That outside's been preferable, I think, from what I've seen through testing. The outside's been good on restart. So this might be interesting for Onjak here, but I feel like that 82 might be faster than him in general. So we will see. But here we go for the restart. Here's going to be Peter Onjak leading us to green here. He's going to have a few trucks on the lead lap, but everybody else going to be running fine here. They just all need to catch up, which they all are doing. So everybody going to correctly do that, which is good for us here. So there we go. So that is just what we need. Everybody running well here. So here we go for the restart. Going to be Peter Onjak leading us through the safe light restart zone. Going to be the 82 on his outside. We will see who gets the jump here. It looks like the 82 already's got a nose in front of him. But here we go for the start. Green flag back underway here at North Wilkesboro. Onjak and LaFleur side by side. Aaron Abel was leading the most laps in this race, but he is now out of this one. So we have just almost over 20 to go in this race. The Season 1 champion, Peter Onjak, leading this one. And now that 82 Ricky LaFleur is going to go into second here. We've seen LaFleur get past Onjak early in this race, but now Gutierrez might be challenging him just a little bit. I don't know if Gutierrez has a faster truck than that 03, but he is giving that 82 quite the shot. Here comes Ronnie Hauger as well. The one situation nobody needs. If Hauger wins this race, this championship is going to just be between the 82 and 83 most likely. But here comes Rogal Dorn late in this run as well. Rogal Dorn very good at these short tracks and been very good at this one so far here tonight as well. So now here comes Caleb Rose as well. Needs to keep his hopes alive. If you're that number 27, Matthew Hubert, you're in a little bit of a dire situation here, but 3 wide back here between these guys. The track map is kind of messed up now, guys, so ignore that on the screen. Follow the moving bubble, but here we go. Very close. I thought they were about to make contact there. But now it's just going to be 20 to go in this race here at North Wilkesboro. And it's going to be a tough one. Likely to see some tipper slayer after the race with that 38 and 41, because if you're Joseph Wood, you cannot be doing that in this situation. A very boneheaded move, and it's not going to pay off too much. And now these two going to be battling here. They might welcome Rogal Dorn into the party as well. Rogal Dorn was on the pull for this one, lost the lead early, but now with just 18 to go in this one, the 2 Red Bull Fallout teammates now battling here and welcoming another Ford in, as well as his teammate, the 98 Caleb Rose. So Rose making up some much needed time. Last season, Nathan Stapleton did win this race, and now he's got his 2 trucks in this top 5 here. So this is what NS Racing needs. They want to have a good shot in this one as well. And now Brandon Haynes broke into the top 10 for a second, but he fell all the way back on that outside line. We saw the 83 and 03 battle for the win at IRP before Onjak's engine went out. Can Onjak hold on this time? We will see. But now we got this 99 and 98 creeping into the picture. So now that 82 and 83 running some interesting lines here. Onjak using that outside, got a great run off the corner there. I don't know if he went wide there, but that was a great run for the 03 truck now. But now these guys, there's a bunch of Fords up here. My, oh my. Lots of Fords up here. If you're Matthew Hubert, this is just a really bad night because he's got a lot of trucks to go, but he needs to get in this top 10 if he wants to stay in this chase battle. But if you're Avery Alford, a pretty solid night for you, but I'm not sure if it's going to be just enough points to keep this good run this 42's guy had a couple weeks now. Onjak making some mistakes here, going super wide. Hauger's going to possibly look for the lead here soon. Peter Onjak, I'm not sure what he's doing there, going super wide. And yeah, he's going to give this 83 a shot. Onjak, does he have an issue? No, he doesn't. He's just running super wide for some reason. He's got to get back to the bottom white line there because this 83 of Hauger made up so much time there that lap with Onjak doing all that. So Hauger now going to be right on the back of this 03. Just, you can't be making those mistakes, and that's what he was doing there. So now we will see Hauger trying to go to the outside, it looked like for a second. But nothing quite coming out of it just yet. But these all five of this top five right under a blanket right now. Carl Young kind of buffering everybody through. There goes Hauger for the lead. Those two crucial mistakes by Onjak might just lose him this lead now. So now he's going to have the 83 and the 82 right behind him here. This is not good for the 03. So now with just 10 to go, it's going to be Ronnie Hauger in the lead. And if he wins this race, I mean, that's likely just going to seal this championship for Red Bull Fallout, so they might just try to hold on here. But Onjak, if he wants a shot at this one, he's going to have to peel down to the bottom and stop running so high. I don't know what the 03 is doing there. So now he's going to peel back down, but now that LaFleur's going to have to try to take off and catch up to his teammate, but I don't know if he has the pace here in this one. So just under 10 to go in this race. Aaron Abel was leading for a while, maybe making this chase run look very wide open, but right now, after making contact with Joseph Wood might have just altered the outcome of this championship now. And, you know, that's just going to be something to watch. I mean, you just can't do that if you're the 38, and it was a really boneheaded move now. And, you know, I'm not sure if LaFleur has the pace to keep up with Hauger in this one, to be quite honest. So we're going to see how the 82 does, but some of these guys might likely need a caution because I just don't know. And it's tough because, you know, we had a really good chase battle going on, 6 trucks, but this is about to dwindle down to just 2 trucks. It's going to be the 82 or 83 here. And it sucks for Aaron Abel because he's going to be quite a ways behind after this one. And, you know, he's been the best driver all season. The 82 and 83 have been pretty good, but they've been really inconsistent. Meanwhile, Aaron Abel has been leading the regular season standings, the standings, regular point standings in general for a while. And, you know, it's just very boneheaded by Joseph Wood there. And it's going to really make this a tricky situation now heading into Phoenix here, depending on if this 82 or 83 wins this race. I'm not sure if Onjak has the pace to keep up with these guys. Maybe if they battle a little bit, but if you're LaFleur, you can't be going that wide. But with just 5 to go in this one, it is creeping down here. The final couple laps, Ronnie Hauger has not led a single lap in this race up to this point, but now he is come to 4 to go here and might get just another win on the season. And, you know, it's just rubbing a salt in the wound of a lot of the field because you're like, what is this? Where did he come from? He hasn't really been in the fight this whole race, but now he has the lead. And, you know, it's going to be his 6th win on the season, so he will tie Peter Onjak, matter of fact, all time for wins in the season. But outside of those wins, like I said, it's been very inconsistent. So, you know, we're going to see how it goes with 3 to go, but this is looking like it's going to be sealed here unless that 83 makes a mistake. So we will see how it goes. If a caution comes out, it will bring us to overtime, but right now, it looks like Hauger is going to have that unless LaFleur gives him a shot here. LaFleur going to get a great run here, possibly coming to the white flag. So we're going to be 1 to go here at North Wilkesboro. This 82 and 83 are going to be right on the back of each other here with 1 to go. So the white flag in the air here at North Wilkesboro. The final lap of this race, will it be the 82 or will it be the 83 of Ronnie Hauger? If Hauger wins this is likely a championship for Red Bull Fallout Racing. But as we make our way through turns 3 and 4, the 82 is not going to have anything for him. Coming to the checkered, it's going to be Ronnie Hauger stealing the win here at North Wilkesboro. So Ronnie Hauger is going to get the win here tonight at North Wilkesboro. I think he led the last, I want to say, 10 or 15 laps, and I won't lie, it kind of sucks because I thought we had a really good chase battle going on, but now it's going to be really just between the 82 and 83 into these final two races, which is good on their part. They've really locked in for the chase, but now everybody else just, if you're Aaron Abel, you're upset with how this race went because you kind of just got screwed over by a truck that wasn't running well, who's out of this championship hunt, even though he's in the chase. So, a tough night for 41 team, and if you're on Jack, you gotta wonder what could have been too, because if he didn't make those mistakes and run really wide, I don't know if that 83 of Hauger would have caught up to him, but just running so wide there, I don't know what he was doing. Kind of just cost him the win here tonight potentially, because I don't know if the 83 would have caught up, because he was making up a bunch of time. He was gaining a couple seconds every single lap. So, that's just how short track racing is, unfortunately for Aaron Abel. There's lots of rooms for errors, and it happens here tonight. So likely going to be this number 83 of Ronnie Hauger or the 82 of Ricky LaFleur walking out of Miami with the championship. For Caleb Rhodes, it's a very solid finish, but overall, it is just not the night that some of these guys desired. So we'll take a look at your results, and then we'll take a look at your updated chase standings heading into next week at Phoenix. All right, folks, as we get into your finish results of tonight's race here at North Wilkesboro, Ronnie Hauger gets the win over his teammate Ricky LaFleur. LaFleur started second in this race and finishes second, so a good night for him, although Hauger gains 15 spots throughout the race, so he definitely earned it when it came to the final run and just driving his way throughout the race. It's just stinks because he's like, went from a pretty fun, six-truck battle, but now it's going to be quite a long shot for some guys, but Hauger's earned it. 6 wins in the season's no joke, and Ricky LaFleur right behind him, doing pretty well as well. So those two definitely earned it. So it's bittersweet. Earned it, but now it's like the battle's a little tough. Peter Onjak in third. Onjak, I honestly thought Onjak had race-winning speed. He was right behind Aaron Abel for the most part, but it just seemed like I definitely think he was slower than the 82, but I'm not sure about the 83 of Ronnie Hauger. It just seemed like Onjak had moments throughout the race where he just didn't quite have control of his truck and unfortunately came at the wrong time with Ronnie Hauger right behind him, so he did unfortunately lose the lead. But finishing third is great for Onjak. This is the best performance we've seen for our season one champion in quite a while. So Onjak's been qualifying well. He's had a fast truck for a while. It's just been the bad luck, the mechanical issues, stuff that's all pretty unavoidable himself. So um it's good to see Onjak back up here. We'll see how he does next week at Phoenix, exactly a year ago from when he last won a race. So he's going to look to keep up that winning streak at Phoenix, which I think this third team, after what we saw tonight, definitely has a great chance at doing it. And then Rogal Dorn in fourth. He was, I don't know, Dorn had up and down race, was able to drive back through after falling back. Early on, so that restart at the end helped them. But I don't know. 99 had some interesting pace. I thought he was good. It was odd how the truck came to him near the end. So we'll see how he does the next couple races. But I think he could be a contender at Phoenix potentially. But a little bit of an odd race for the 99 team. They came in and out when it came to pace. Caleb Rose in fifth, drives his way up from 12th. He's going to be now third in the chase standings, so Rose is going to need a win next week at Phoenix and likely a win at Miami to lock up this championship. But this 98 team has just not been able to get those wins so far this season, but he's doing pretty well for a driver with the 0 wins. Alexander Rowe finished right where he started in 6th, so that's a good performance for Rowe. Andrew Gutierrez all the way down in 7th. Had a great start to the race, was running behind Onjak and Aaron Abel for the most part, most of the race, but just it looks like the pace fell off towards the end. Likely he had a slow pit stop, and that just took him back down. So him and Alfred both finished 7th and 8th, but I feel like they had a better truck than the 7, the 98, and the 99. So that's a little unfortunate for those two. The running extra top 10 was Patrick Nolan and Carl Young, who both gained at least 10 spots here tonight. So that's very good for those two. Nolan's out mathematically; he's already eliminated, but a good momentum shifter for the final two races in that truck for Patrick Knoll. And then as we move on here through 11th through 20th here, you can see that Matthew Burnett finishes in 11th, all the way up from 26th in this race. Carson Miller down to 12th. He had some pace. He was in and out of the top 10 all night, so solid performance for him. And then Brandon Haynes gains 25 spots here tonight, goes from 38th to 13th. So great run for the 36 team. His teammate, debatable, but Joseph Wood kind of just single-handedly just kind of just completely just changed the complete championship outcome single-handedly. And then you got Matt Hubert right behind him. I think Hubert, if he finished top 5 here tonight, he'd be in a very good position. But now he's in a tough spot with the two lackluster. With this lackluster finish he had tonight. Started off on the wrong end with starting on the outside line, but just towards the end, just did not quite have the pace. Monica Pato in 15, she gains about 16 spots, so they had a good night. Um, Sarah Taylor, David Spears all started in the top 20, kept it there, as well as Tanner Calvert. Bento drops all the way. He started 9th in this race. He's going to finish 19th, so not a great performance, as well as Jasmine Daniel, who started 11th here tonight. So both of them kind of just fell off throughout the long run. And then as you look further on, you got Terry Vull there. He drives his way up a little bit. Benson Pragio, Kyler Suchet. Everybody back here kind of finishes where they started for the most part. You see Chris Martin's there, Al Anderson Jr., and then Todd Gordon Castlenut. Actually, Anderson Jr. finishes. Uh, Anderson Jr. finishing 30th. They dropped about 12 spots from the start, but Castlenut as well dropping a bunch of spots as well from the start. Started 19th, finishes 31st. David Dixon we saw being pretty solid, I thought. I'm not sure if he had contact with somebody, but he started 23rd, but made his way through pretty easily and then somehow fell off just a little bit. So I'm not sure what really happened with David Dixon. And then you see further down just Sanjay Vittoria here, Luke Evans, Lexi Herman, William Ayers, Adrian Gill, and then of course Aaron Abel and Joseph Wood. Really brutal wreck for Aaron Abel. Led 63 laps here in this 100-lap race. Led the most laps, but he's gonna come away a little bit bitter because there was a lot to be avoided there, and unfortunately for Aaron Abel, just 38 coming up and some just kills his night. So that was our finishing results in this race. We had 7 lead changes over 6 drivers, so that was pretty good. And overall, very solid race. I thought it was very good for a short track. It was mellow and just calm, but it had some oomph and action to it. Unlike Richmond, where there wasn't really much action at all, this one was pretty calm and good, where guys were able to make moves that they did really try. But now as we get into your chase standings after this race here, race number 26, only 2 more races remain. It's going to be Phoenix and Miami. So you see Ronnie Hauger extends that lead over Ricky LaFleur about 5 points. So he's going to be 13 points ahead. And then we have a tie for third here in the chase. It's going to be Caleb Rose and Avery Alford, both 55 points behind. So both in rough spots, as well as Matthew Hubert. Um, you know, I'm not entirely sure what the chances are for Aaron Abel at this point, but outside of Abel and Gutierrez, Wood, Rowe, all of them are pretty much eliminated from this chase battle. They would need Nolan's officially eliminated. They both would need 144 points, I think. Not even 144 points. Yeah, a couple of guys are out here. Because the max amount of points they can get in a race is 48. Nolan's officially eliminated for sure, but do the math here. So everybody so Woods out of this, Alexander Rowe, Patrick Nolan, Carson Miller, and Kyler Suchai all out of this, and all of them besides Suchai had pretty solid finishes. Woods and Suchai all had pretty solid finishes. So Gutierrez still a long shot. I don't know how possible it is. He's gonna need the 83 and 82 to basically gain no points in the next 2 weeks, but for Aaron Abel, it's tough now. 66 points behind. I mean, he's been the best driver he's been one of the best drivers all season, but now it's in a tough spot. If you got that one there, this will be a whole different picture. But a lot to be left desired for that 41 team, and they're definitely gonna feel this as a gut punch because they almost made it. They definitely would have made it 3 in a row here tonight, I believe, at North Wilkesboro. I'm not sure if Onjack would have gotten the undercut on him. Actually, I'm not sure. Actually, Onjack may have been able to pull the undercut off because he was way farther behind Aaron Abel when he ended up at the back of him when he first did the undercut. So the gap was definitely significantly more or less as we were reaching the pit window, but overall, just a tough incident right before the pit cycle too. But some guys were able to make it through pretty fine though for all that transpired because you know the pit because I mean yeah we're about like 2 laps in the pit cycle, so everybody got pretty much saved, but um to happen during the pit cycle would have been pretty bad. But Matthew Hubert here in 5th. I don't know for Hubert. He's 66 points behind. I think he'd have to win out. Um, Homestead Miami's a Matthew Hubert type of track where you got to be perfect on your lines, but I'm not entirely sure about Phoenix. And then when you have Alfred and Rose, it's simple. You gotta win and get the max amount of points possible and win the pole and really shake it up and really hope that Ronnie Hauger and Ricky LaFleur have a bad night. So ultimately, I really do truly think it's up to Rose, Alfred, and maybe Hubert. Everybody else, it's quite the long shot, but we're gonna see how it goes in these final two races, folks. So that is your chase standings that we will see heading into next week. It's gonna be tough for some guys. Hauger's got 6 wins on the season. Doesn't look like he's slowing down at this point, but for everybody else, it is time to lock in and get those belts strapped because Rose, Alfred, and Hubert, they really need to have perfect performances for the next 2 weeks and just go on a 2-race win streak at that point. So we'll see how it goes, folks. Thank you all for tuning into our Truck Night in America. I hope you enjoyed this one. Some good old classic short track racing. Ronnie Hauger gets the win. Started down. He looked like he was down and out of it, but he does get back into it. So that was good for Ronnie Hauger. Great recovery drive after 7th and 12th place finishes at Kansas and Road America the previous weeks. But there's definitely that could be done more for some of these guys. I mean, Caleb Rose could be in this even more if he didn't finish 18th at Road America last weekend. So we're gonna see how it goes, folks. Phoenix is definitely gonna be an interesting one, and it'll set our picture for the title fight heading into Homestead. Thank you all for watching. This is Charlie Davenport signing off from our Truck Night America. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.